Hello, Soba. Hello, Soba. Oh. Soba is making trouble here on the desk. Okay, let's fix the chat. To the best of my knowledge... Oh. YouTube's notifications are so unreliable. They're such a joke. It's really wild. Yeah, the chat window format changed, and all my CSS stopped working. And I was thinking about fighting the feeling, and then I decided that I kind of like it, having the colors and whatnot. I think when I started doing this side channel, I kind of had this idea in my head that I was going to try and make it look like kind of slick and professional. And over time, I sort of realized, like, nah, I should just do, you know, this is what I'm doing here. I'm doing this, so that's much better than the other thing. So I don't care if the chat looks a little out of style. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Let me just. By using @everyone, you are going to notify 900 people. Yes. Sorry, I gotta post links. Okay. All right. Now, oh, I'm sorry. Let's put the cat jam away. Soba, what are you doing over there? Let's just get a quick Soba update. She's making trouble with her tail. If I were to put, for instance, an object here, and then she would knock the object over. Let's see that happen in real time. Oh. Oh. Wow. Incredible. It's actually not going as bad as one would expect. There we go. That's a good cat. And then there's Udon. There's Udon. Slarp. Udon loves this box. I give them beds. It doesn't work. That's it. I give them beds. They ignore them. Box. Love box. Soba loves that box. That box is garbage. It's supposed to get thrown away. I don't know what happens then. And yeah, she's very much a box cat. You know, it was on the floor, but if I put it up higher, then they just climb. And so they seem to like that. No, none of my cats would tolerate head bobbing. Oh my god. Now, I did want, briefly, just to show you, because I didn't have a chance to show this in the video. I assume everybody here watched my video toaster video. I don't know. If you haven't, you should go watch it. But I did want to mention, it's still set up there behind me. But, oh, the camera got all tweaked. That's weird. But this is the TriCaster control surface you could use for live switching control. So it's got all these lit buttons that show you what inputs are selected, and it's got the T-bar and all these knobs and joysticks. This works on the VT5. I don't have a long USB cable, so I can't hook it up right now and show you. But this works on the VT5. In fact, it turns out that the VT series software and the TriCaster were in development for much longer than I thought, like probably at least 2 years, perhaps 3. And so there's actually some overlap between them. In fact, I've learned, thanks to, pardon me, I need to pull my pants up. Forgive me. I forgot to do that before the stream started. I've learned, thanks to the Maritime Girl, left a comment on the video asserting that I was actually off on the origin of the Video Toaster series, or sorry, the TriCaster series. It actually goes back further. I respect that. I really appreciate her correcting me because I was quite wrong about it. But the reason I was quite wrong about it is because NewTek's original plan for the TriCaster was quite different than what they ended up doing with it. Originally, when it first came out, it only had RCA inputs, not BNC. This was circa 2005. It only had RCA inputs, and it was only intended for like educational and like it was intended for very, very small markets. In fact, the verbiage on the website. There we go. TriCaster is for professional simplified video presentation, designed for HR and training professionals. That's how they top billed it. Like, it goes on to say training professionals, teachers, or anyone wanting to communicate, record, and distribute live events. But the first thing they wrote there was HR and training, right? So, yeah, they really did not intend it for anything like hello Soba's Tale, anything like broadcast style. Hello, hey, come here, come get some bits. Come on, I'm gonna move you. There we go. They didn't intend it for anything like the sort of serious broadcast applications that it would later be sold for. And I get the impression that the VT series software was really what they wanted serious professionals to buy. And that's kind of fascinating. That's why it had the RCA inputs, right? Because that was the universal indicator of a consumer grade device. One moment, I need to sneeze. And so when the first TriCaster came out, the VT5 software that I demoed in this latest video, it didn't even exist. They were on VT4, which was fairly similar. But the point is that they continued developing the TriCaster and the VT in parallel, and then at some point, I guess they decided, hey, this actually makes more sense as our product, and decided to diverge, to get rid of the pardon me, decided to get rid of the VT series entirely. And with it, they actually killed quite a bit of functionality. I will say, if you haven't already, if you go back to the video and check the description, there's a link to the article that I've been updating about everything I know about the VT series and the TriCaster, and I added quite a lot more data today. It's quite a fascinating lineage to me, even though it's sort of like, it's kind of funny because there's lots of video processing products, and this is, after all, just somebody's product. It's just one company's thing that they made and sold. And it's a little bit like obsessively documenting the history of the Ford Motor Company. Like, oh, can you believe that they made a Model A sub-model in 1926 that actually came out after, that sort of thing. So, is it of great and wide-ranging importance, significance? No, probably not. But I don't know. We pick our obsessions, I suppose, or they pick us. Anyway, last time I didn't actually end up playing any games. I played like 2 games. Oh, Soba, not so much. Soba, okay, you're over there. That's better. But you know what? I'm gonna make probably a smart decision. Just gonna kind of lean that there at least. I'll anchor it properly later, but that way she's less likely to fur inside the machine. If you're referring to the about 30 minutes bit, I borrowed that from Kenji Lopez Alt, who does definitely my favorite cooking channel, and that's his thing. Is he always goes about 30 minutes. And since this video wasn't supposed to be for public use, I just went ahead and bit his thing. But I'm not going to continue doing it. Probably it's his thing. Oh well, Ben, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad I could help. All right. Congratulations, you just saw the best part of the game. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. So yeah, as always, the name of the game can be found in the upper right, except when I screw up and select the wrong one. This is not Fire and Ice, this is Fire and Brimstone. Wow, why is so little of the screen used for text? I can't really make that out. Oh, Adenode, re the SX84. I think it's just because, well, they changed the tally voltage. They added more audio outputs, although technically they could be made to work on the original card. They changed the labels on the ports, so, you know, you got to change the skew. But otherwise, it's the same unit. This sort of thing's really common. All right. Whoa. Oh, that was weird. The stick on my controller was popped up, so it jammed when I flicked it, but I just need to push it back down. But why was it popped up? Weird. All right, what do we got? Okay, so that fires a fireball. Do we have limited fireballs? It doesn't look like it. And then we can jump. We can crouch. We can't crouch walk. We do have air control. When's this game from? 1990. Wow. Actually has decent... Huh. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, so this is that type of oh yeah, I pop the joysticks up and down all the time, but I just didn't do it with this. I'm sure I didn't. Oh, hello Thumbs. I never see you here. Welcome. Hello Brad as well. Hello Nadia. Hello Blob. Hello Navjack. Everyone's here. Hello Katie Diddley. So yeah, this has that very European no iframes design where if you walk into something you just get hurt on every frame 60 times a second. Although I guess in this case it's 50 times a second. Yeah. So do I have to jump and hit him in the face? Or can I just not defeat him? Press down to hunker. How the hell do we play this game? Like what? What could the trick be? Yeah. Oh, you know what? Maybe. Yeah. Nope. Can't sneak him. What? Wait. What? Wait a minute. Was it even him hurting me? Was it ever him hurting me? Was it the fire? Hold on. It was the fire! Hang on. I'm going to even if I attack him, he still won't hurt me, I bet. Let's see. Oh, no. No, okay. But there's no change in appearance when you attack him. What? Hello, computer? Ah, crap. And I accidentally attacked him. Oh, my God. Dang. Yeah, the little brook in the background is really cute. Nope. And it's also really hard to jump over without getting hurt. Oh. Wait a minute. What? Wait, I lost a key. I had 50 keys, and now I have 49. Hold up. Speedrun strats. Oh, no, I had 99 keys. So, what? 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 Hang on, is it the fire? Oh, wait. Oh, that's my health. Why is it a key? Dang. You look like you need a wallet. Would you like to make a wallet? Dallas. Sled. This is one of the most unhinged games I have ever seen. Oh my God. Both of these bats or birds or whatever they could just straight kill you. So the main difference between my weapons seems to be whether they're what the Harley Davidson. Oh my God! What even is this? Data, why are you laughing? Oh, Christ. Wait a minute. I gotta know. Can I kill this owl? Crispin from King's Quest is just hanging out up. What? I can hit him. What? 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 Oh, sorry. Crispin was the main guy, wasn't it? Cedric. My bad. No! There's health up there and a mace, and you just can't have it. Oh my God. Well, at least I got ye flask. Oh, I don't trust like that. All right. All right, hold up. Wow, music by David Whittaker. I did not think that was a David Whittaker joint. All right. Oh, Christ. There we go. Set this shit to 99. All right, there we go. Start. Oh, man. Now. Oh, crap. She's just trying to figure out why you can't get ye flask. What? Why? Oh, right. This is an Amiga game. You can't press a button to jump. Trying to figure out why you can't get ye jump. All right. 74. 74 American number. Oh. Oh, shit. Damn it. Damn it. I misunderstood how the interface worked. I'll get it. Don't worry. There we go. 1100. Add the 1198 matches to your list. All right. Oh. I don't trust zero. Let's not go. Oh, is it gonna restart? Wait, why the slow fade out? It's never done that before. What? Okay, we escape, then we go to equal to 99 of them. One match. Hell yeah. And then add to your list. Okay, that's for search. And now we go back and we go to cheat number 0 and we set value 99, enabled, and apply. All right. Outstanding. We are now invulnerable. Oh, okay, so I probably could kill him with the maces. I just didn't hit him often enough. Let's find out. Yep, there we go. Not that we need potion. Welcome to video games. Now, will this insta-kill me? Yep, it's an instant kill. Oh, it's delightful. Yeah, the fact that things can kill you without decreasing your health really makes the point that this cannot be won. And, like, I'm kind of thinking to myself, you know what? Get out! Get out! What? That's how you're supposed to do it. You can barely even tell that that's not scenery. Hey, there's a guy up there. Do you see him? There's a man's. Wait, did she leave a frog behind? She did. Can I kill the frog? No. Oh, the man's is gone. I'll bet every single one of those nuts could kill you instantly. Oh, man, yeah, definitely. This is just a series. Sure, why not? You know, why not? I can't think of a reason. Now, you know, I'm very curious if... Where the hell is the save state? Bonk. I'm really curious. Nope, I was thinking that might be down. Maybe we could go down there. But no, that just kills you. Even... Oh, this is so British. Nothing is more British than this. That is a time-honored tradition in British games. Like, walking into a guy and then you get in like a cartoon dust-up. But yeah, like this looks absolutely impossible. How could you? You know that those tree eggs will kill your health in a heartbeat. So you absolutely know it's impossible to get past that using anything like regular. You know, it really seems like this is just superior than my fireball. So I think I'm gonna take it. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Even with cheats. Whoa. How many live do I have? One of them. Okay, let's restart. Let's cheat that. One moment. It's cheats time. Let's go. Cheats. Start or continue. Equal to 3. Alright. Bonk. Oh, wait. Restart. There we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now, let's... how do we lose a life here? I guess I could turn off the other cheat, but we'll just do this. All right. 2 of them. You know, there is like a strong 2 of them energy going on with the life counter in the HUD there. I probably do have the save states bound to a key, but, you know, whatever. Okay, 2, 7 matches. Oh, it does look nice. I won't argue with that, but looking nice on the Amiga was not that much of a shocker, you know? Two of specifically him. All right, and then one match. Add to list. You know, I could have maybe have just downloaded a cheat file for this, but lives. Let's set that to 3 rather than guessing whether it'll be happy if I try and game that. Because if I try to set it to 10, it might get very confused. You know, someone might have made a cheat file for this. There's no way to know. Hey, it went down anyway. This is nonsense and bullshit. Oh, wait. Apply changes. There we go. 3 of them. 3 of them. All right. Go back. Load, start. There we go. We got our lives back. I'll bet this can randomly kill you. Oh, I'm absolutely shocked that didn't kill me. Oh, yeah, there's no question this is somebody's favorite game. I have never seen any limit to what... Oh, you know what, actually? Is there really any difference between those? Well, whatever. Frog. Why? Why platform? Oh, I guess because you could use that to skip her. Can I even kill this? No, you can't even kill this guy. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, like, exactly. I don't know what the deal is with the... oh, every time... Oh, I see. Every time you die, it pushes you back a screen. When you die, it pushes you back. When you die in space, in particular. Oh, actually, no. I don't want to collect the fireball. Oh, come on! Come on! What are you doing from me? There, we've done it. Imagine trying to do this without cheats. Like, can you picture it? Orb. Okay, is it just me? Or are these weapons all exactly the same except for the sprite? Like, this one makes a little flame when it lands, but... What did that represent? And is that a moon up there or an object? You know what? I'm moonwalking. I've just realized this. Wait, who's this jerk? What? But... Sure, why not? This all makes sense. Any moment now, I'm going to turn to Ashens. I'm just going to transform directly into the man. TreePervert.jpg. Treasure chest. Sure. At this point in the game, can you imagine anyone being thrilled that they got a treasure chest? Ooh, points. Just getting to the end of this game would be points enough. And that, like the fact that, you know... Oh, she's casted some sort of spell because now my controls are reversed. Sure, yeah, naturally, why not? Wait, and I jump way too fast. right? I wasn't moving that fast before. Dang it. Dang it. The blue ogre is great. Like, I will say, what a perfect first enemy for any game. Like, no notes. Okay, this is a David Whittaker joint. I'll accept that. God, what song by New Order or, like, Pet Shop Boys is this? Oh, my God. Nope. Nope. There was a hidden key somewhere that I didn't pick up. Fuck that. Fuck that game. Bad game. Not good. Oh. You know what that was? That was the Amiga's best approximation of ghouls and ghosts. Or ghosts and goblins. I can never remember which. But, like, you know, game where no matter how well you play, when you get all the way to the end, you cannot win. You did miss something along the way. All right. Disc request. The coyote would like a disc. God damn it. Nope. No time for this. Plus, it's just Fire and Ice, which I've played on some other platform. I swear. Yeah, it got ported to PC. I think I played it on there. All right. I'm always interested in a... Oh, wait. Oh, this is some sort of multi-pack game. Yeah, disc good spender. Well, okay. Okay. Thank you. Oh, okay, good. I was like, I'm not sure what you're asking me for here. Yeah, okay. I thought Fire and Ice got ported to something else. Oh, it's just the disc. I have to launch the individual apps. I'm going to renew my statement that if anybody is interested in shuffling off an Amiga, that's one of the keyboard ones, the 500, the 600, the 1200, please get in touch. I don't want to spend $1,500 on one. If you got an Amiga 500, if you want to send it my way, I'll recap it, etc. Just the market prices are all too high. I mean, I just straight up, I don't want an Amiga enough to pay what anybody charges for one on the open market. But I would kind of like one. balls. I'm just saying. Oh. Well, I'm liking the music. Wah! Wah! What? Where'd it go? What? 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 But... to start it again. Yeah, I was sort of letting the music go, and then I clicked on the screen and interpreted it as a mouse click. Waiting. We're back. Balls. I'm going to press the joystick button. Oh, okay, it's a Sokoban. I wonder if I ran out of time. I just noticed there's a timer on the left side. Does it just quit if you run out of time? I mean, given that it just launches directly into the game, I don't see why it wouldn't do that. But yeah, Sokoban with a timer is stupid, and I will not play that. But the music, though! Like, what is even going on with the music? It's so good. I would cat jam, but I don't have time to, you know, I'd lose the game. What the hell? This music bops! I love this little Grand Theft Auto 2 man that I have here. I could just leave this here. I'm just gonna let this ride. Wait, you can't end the jam right when I... Fine. He's vibing gently. Oh no, this is a cover disc. Like, this particular disc was a cover disc for Amiga Fever. Is it literally just a pop song? I mean, because either way, it's quite a good rendition of it. Okay, well, the best part about that, then, is that I'll probably get a stream strike because of it. But that's okay. I mean, it's beside the point. Like, even if the music's stolen, they still did a really good job of converting it to mod format. So I just can't get mad. I'd love to, but oh no, I lost. There's a yellow one left. Okay, click, click. All right, and let the time run out. There we go. Balls. All right. There's another one here called Fireball. It's a very ball-themed cover disc. This icon is so good. There he goes. Whoosh. Balls. I gotta go up and fetch myself another drink after we play Fireball here. Oh, yeah. If it sucks, hit the bricks. Yeah, this one is an all-time classic. This game is by the same guy. Thank you, Nadia. I agree. Yeah, this is definitely a Depeche Mode track, except I don't like any of Depeche Mode's stuff pre-Violator, so I wouldn't know. No, I like some of the stuff pre-Violator, because wasn't Music for the Masses? Yeah. And there's a couple things off of Black Celebration that I like Black Celebration. But in general, the earlier stuff kind of misses me. All right, what do we got? Oh no, this is mouse-based. Okay, all right. Google Verloren. I hope that's not any kind of cussing. All right. Oh, come on. Oh, that door is very hard to hit. Oh, this is brutal. Okay, well, at least those don't seem to kill you. Hello. Oh, okay, that's a hole. All right. Oh, it's so... Wah! 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 What the hell? It's so, it's like I'm rolling backwards like I'm on a slope. Oh. You know, that's a good point. This might work better with a ball mouse, and the Amiga ball mouse is particularly unresponsive. Wow. Wow. So all that crap out there is Nowheresville. All that blue, that's all holes I can fall through. God, I have a mod track that has that exact instrument in it, and it's just killing me. It's a format track. Okay. But how do I quit? But I wish to quit. Oh, wait, it restarted me here. Okay. Okay, so the diamonds act as keys, right? No. Okay, so then I'm going to have to break through a wall. Bad! Bad game. Not good. Not good. Now, there was one more in there. Oh, man. I'm gonna fart it. Fart it. Wow. I'm gonna fire it back up. Wait. What? But... Wait. Huh? What are we doing here? Where's the Amiga desktop? Didn't I just restart emulation? Oh! I hit a save state? Oh, because I turned on auto save states. Woo! Completely forgot. Alright. Here we go again now. Once again, into the breach. Space Bomber 3. Here, let's see. I'm going to go through my format songs, see if I find the one I was thinking of. Not that one. 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 Oh, this is the same song as the other one. And this is also by the same guy. I'm going to turn it down a little bit on my side. Wow, so fast! Wait, is it... Oh, okay. Oh, God, it's just a, what is it, Defender? Is that what I'm thinking of? Mans. This is, like... this is better made than the other two games, I will say that. This guy's up here waving at me, but I can't, like, pick him up or anything. And what does that say? Nope. Nope. No time for that shit. Alright. Hang on a second. I'm dropping all of my format mods into the same... Okay, it's not that one. Or 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 that one. That was just a cover of Enjoy the Silence. That's the one I was thinking of. Wait. Is this a bit, or is that literally format hanging out in the chat? You're kidding, right? Okay, well, hello. You made by far my favorite music for the Amiga. Like, I have a whole collection of mod files, and all the, all my favorite ones are format tracks, so, wow. Well, I hope you don't mind me playing them. I'm gonna go grab another drink. I'll be right back. Yeah, and I actually I think I don't think I had done any Amiga anything or any emulation or oh, I'm sorry, I have to interrupt myself for a moment because you all need to see this. Look at this. What is even this? Hello. She just fell over like this. I wasn't even doing anything. Udon, you fell over. You're broken. This cat's defective. She just keeps falling over. Udon, if you would come closer, there would be more rubs. This is just how both of them are. Soba and Udon will just... They just fall over. They walk into the room, they look at you, they wander 10 feet away, fall over. They don't even look at you sometimes. Oh, I'm so glad I put the carpet in here. I'm not done yet. I still need to clear some more space. But I'm so glad I put the carpet in here. They seem a lot happier. You know, a fun thing about that, they don't grab your arm or bite your hand, but sometimes when they're really like, you know, they're just like super kitty at the moment and like running around and rambunctious, you'll go like this and they'll grab both paws around there, a little bit of claw, and you'll get like half a nip, and then they realize what's going on and they stop because they're really polite. These are the most polite cats I've ever had, with some exceptional exceptions. Well, if you put a long sleeve coat on and cover your hand up and then do it, oh, they'll just go at it, and they don't go too hard. They don't go. They don't draw blood or anything, so they still know it's you. But see, here's the thing. They don't want to bite you when you don't have your fur on, because the fur is what keeps them from hurting each other with the bites. So you put your arm out there, they're like, wait a minute, no fur? Come on, man. Well, if you go put your fur on, then they'll do it, you know, because it's safe. I honest to God think that's what it is. I genuinely believe that they're being nice because we forgot our fur. Anyway, yeah, Soba is the ruder of the two. What I was gonna say is, and I'm sorry if this makes you feel old, man. I apologize, but I received a bunch, a zip file full of format tracks back when I was about 13 years old, or thereabouts. Somebody just sent it to me and said, this is pretty good. And I listened to it, and it was mind-blowing. And I think that was the first time I'd ever had any mod files. Except for what I didn't realize is that it was, you know, that format was getting used in games I was playing, because like Unreal Tournament 99 and Unreal had a absolutely banging soundtrack. It was all Scream Tracker melodies. I think it was an old demo scener, you know, at that point, sorry, who composed them. And Jazz Jackrabbit, I think, was also some, you know, module format. And there was other stuff that I had, games I had for the PC, because I'd never seen an Amiga or an Atari ST. I didn't even know they existed yet. But from there, I went on and started collecting more stuff, and I got, you know, a bunch of other, you know, the Mod Archive top 10 list, you know, Deadlock, and gosh, what, Street Jungle, Seventh Heaven, like fantastic mod tracks. But then eventually I collected a few more format tracks. It's just, yeah, it's always been my favorite. And then I didn't see anything for Eons, and then I think I saw his music start popping up again. Yeah, back in like 2010. I think this is the same person, right? I believe. I could be wrong. Hang on a second. Where did I put that? Yeah, decades, right? Yeah. Paper Dolls, absolute banger. I don't know how you do it. Just incredible. Vertical, I think, as well is off that. Absolute banger. Or was that you? Or was that somebody else? Let me see. I don't want to give the wrong credit here. This one here. Yeah, I actually don't know. Okay, yeah. That one there. Anyway, absolutely brilliant stuff. Okay, terrific. Because I couldn't figure out like what album it might have been off of or something. So I wasn't 100% sure. Oh, it's from a compilation. Okay, I get it. Well, again, incredible. Just fantastic stuff. So I'm glad you're still at it, man, and it's great to hear from you because I've just been enjoying your music for so long. Okay, we should probably play some more video games, such as they are. I gotta say, like I've talked about this before several times, but I'm going to reiterate what I said before, which is, I spent such a long time hating the Amiga because everything I ever tried to play for it was just not very good, in my opinion. And it's been really nice, actually, these last few streams. It's been really nice actually getting into it and enjoying it. And now to have this interaction as well, it's just making me feel like, man, I'm done being harsh on the platform. It seemed to spawn a lot of good stuff. Because, I mean, without the Amiga, I don't know that we would have tracker music as we know it. Like, similar things, perhaps, but honestly, like, the mod format was so much more capable than it had any right to be. There really is just no excuse for how good it was. And that format, and I mean, besides the direct descendants of it, Scream Tracker and Impulse Tracker and whatnot, it just made a template for so many people to make other because there ended up being 100 tracker inspired formats. Like if you go to the like the OpenMPT or whatever plugins and look at like the supported formats list, it's enormous. Like it's gigantic. And a lot of that stuff is, very different. Like the C64 stuff, it's not really the same concept because you're working with instruments rather than samples. But still, the fact that just trackers fundamentally compose music in a different way than just like plain MIDI. And that and the fact that you don't need to I think that and the fact that you don't need to distribute stuff in baked format means that, and I've always wondered about this. This is something I've always been curious about. There were definitely instrument samples that got used in a lot of different songs by different composers. And I've always wondered if there was any drama about that, or because the impression I get, like what I would assume, is that for the most part, no one knew where any of those samples originated, or if they did, it was like, yeah, I had, some CD that had like a clear trumpet note on it, and I captured that and bit crushed it, whatever. It's not exactly like proprietary info here. But you never know, right? Because not too long before that, I want to say, there was the whole sampling controversy in, the hip hop scene, and then with EDM and DJs and whatnot. There was a lot of debate in the late 80s and 90s about exactly what you owed to someone for a sample. And I still don't think it's been resolved. It really hasn't been. I mean, fact of the matter being, the whole controversy with Acid Jazz Evening, and I can't remember the man's name. Wow, I can't for the life of me remember the name of the Timbaland, I think, who just ripped off the entirety of Acid Jazz Evening. You know, so there's still definitely disagreement on what's okay to do. But that's all talking about big stuff, you know, big chunks of songs. I feel like I can't imagine. Oh, okay, all right. I didn't even think to actually ask outright. Yeah, of course you'd know. Yeah, I can see it going both ways. People could either be really proprietary about it and say, hey, you know, I recorded that sample for such and such song. You know, we all know each other. This is a pretty small community. I know you ripped it off. You could at least put a, you know, but going through the instrument, you know, the instrument headers in mod files that I have, I don't feel like I've ever seen one that said samples borrowed from blah. But there, yeah, there we go. See, that's what I figured. There had to have been some kind of hierarchy, right? It just feels that's what people tend to do, right? Sometimes you get a community that just from the get-go, everybody sort of looks at each other and agrees that, you know what, we're just going to be cool about this. You know, trading this stuff around means more people are going to make better music. Not everybody has access to good samples, you know. And I could see how it could have grown up with this. It could have grown up with this very open source kind of approach. But again, you know, even open source expects you to give credit. So, yeah, I figured that there just must have been some amount of drama because, yeah, to Adenode's question, yeah, I could open up a mod file and rip out all the instruments. It's no problem. They're just there in the plane. They're just PCM. And if nothing else, there must have been. If nothing else, there had to have been people sitting in IRC channels and you know, talking behind people's backs about it. It just had to have been. There's no question. Somebody singing some IRC channel with a bunch of other demo sceners, you know, that's not public, and just going like, "Oh, hey, look at such and so. He just dropped another track that's all my samples." Oh, pardon me. Right, and yeah, and that's the thing, right? Is I think when you get into the EDM and the electronic music stuff, writ large, you really are looking at stuff where you've got like these DJs starting in like the late 90s where the stuff they're making is so far from the original that you're basically, you know, composer A makes a song, DJ A remixes it, DJ B remixes DJ A, and pulls in something from someone else. And so by the time you're done, you know, you listen to a 3-minute track, a 6-minute track, and you're like, where's that from? And I think the guy might just look at you and go, I don't even know anymore. It's like 3 samples deep. Really quite a wild era in music. All right. Let me try and actually play a game. Is your instruction manual in English, French, or German? Oh, we about to get copy protected. Oh, First Contact. All right. Oh, yeah. Right. The Avalanches and the Orb. Hang on a second. Yeah. There we go. The Orb put out that song Little Fluffy Clouds in 1990, and it's a banger track, absolutely banger track, but like 95% of it is made up of one clip from an interview with Ricky Lee Jones, who I'd never heard of before. Amazing track. Just absolutely, absolute banger. However, the singer was furious about it. She hated them forever. And there's an interview where they just go, yeah, so about the Orb, and she just shoots back, those fuckers. Verbatim quote. And yeah, you know, you can't blame her. Because, yeah, you know, they did very much just, it's just a recording of her, you know? It's hard not to be angry about that. I'm sorry, I lost the game I was trying to pull up. Here we go. Do I have a manual for this? No, I do not. Okay, but it's called First Contact. First Contact Amiga. Oh, go to Lemon Amiga. Rating 1.7 out of 10. Oofa doofa. That does not sound encouraging. Of course, it might be one person. Does anybody have the manual for this? Come on. Okay, so this is a port from the Atari ST, which could be problematic. You know what? The reviews on this are terrible, and nobody has a manual for it. So I suspect this game is so disliked that no one bothered putting down the copy protection info for it. So yeah, we'll just skip that one. We'll play a game at some point tonight, I promise. No, Nadia, none of these are cracked because this is a, I think a no intro collection, I want to say. I don't remember exactly, but it's a collection that's all raw disc rips. Doesn't have any cracks. Which is not actually what I prefer. This is a port, isn't it? Oh my god. The summary, the little summary in Launchbox, which I think these were all written by one person. I'm not sure, but I just love the intro. The First Samurai is a platform action game, very much similar to other platform games. I'm just gonna move on from that. That looks like a pretty iffy simulator. Not in the mood for simulators. I'm going to skip all of those. Flimbo's Quest. Wow, name. Okay, all right. Is that a cat? On the cover art, kind of looks like a cat. Oh, nice one. Yeah, you know, I convert videos on, you know, the GPU, and I get, you know, 180 FPS, but that's man, 700, that's pretty good. All right. Story, we don't want any story. Oh, it's not a cat. I thought it was a cat. Ah, dang it. Yeah, this is going to be a Mario of some stripe. Although nobody ever really made just a straight Mario for the Amiga. They always added a little bit of flair, you know, a little more something to it. Ooh. Ooh. Great character portraits, too. This is so pleasant. Yeah, I feel the same way. I don't like Gianna Sisters. Sorry. Zarky, what did people play it for? Were there tits in it? Oh, okay. This song is still going. Alright, let's see if we can actually play this game. That's Flimbo. Wait, the get ready was on the wrong Z layer. This actually controls really well. Yeah, good platform fist. Oh, you could actually jump down? That's incredibly rare. Yeah, it's a little basic in some ways, but, wait a minute. Oh, I'm not sure why I missed that floor. Maybe it's not so great. Oh, and you know what? This actually has music and sound effects simultaneously. That's so rare. Look at that little dinosaur buddy down there. And look at the variety of enemies. There's so many. And it's got actual scrolling instead of flip screen, which is always nice. You know, I feel like I'm supposed to defeat this little dino guy. Wait. Okay. So it looks like the whole game has like a 25-minute limit for some reason. And also, there's a field on my HUD for budget? Oh, that must mean money. Must be like a translation error. So, is this my house? Oh, no, it's a store. Okay. Okay, and this pauses the timer, too. Oh, okay, so I'm looking for a man. Looking for a guy. Okay. All right. So I guess then that the object of the game is to kill guys, because I got that as a pickup when I killed a random monster. So. Oh wait, hello. Oh, there we go. This music is really interesting. I was going to make a quip earlier, about how this game doesn't seem all that different in terms of, you know, physics quality and whatnot from, like, Hocus Pocus for the PC. So, you know, I can't... Oh, whoops! Oh, shoot! There was an order of operations! I didn't even notice! Too late. Oh, that's a snail. Okay. Kind of feel bad killing these guys on account of, oh, there he is again. On account of they just seem like pleasant dudes. They're just having a life, you know. And a lot of like Amiga games and Atari games and whatnot. Yeah, you know, it's random. Oh no, I died. For some reason, I forgot that was likely to happen in one hit. Anyway, in a lot of like European computer games, there's all these enemies running around that like they don't make any sense as enemies. You know, it's just snails and whatnot. Aha, a letter. Thanks, Flimbo. But at least they look aggressive. You know, they're you know, bumping all over the screen. These guys just look like they're chilling. You know, Ruben, I'm going to give you that. So I've talked a lot of trash on the Amiga for having games that just do not compare to consoles at all. And I do feel that way still. I would, you know, Mario still feels better than almost anything else I've ever played on a home computer platform. But I will give them this. The PC did an even worse job, because where they weren't just like direct ports from the Amiga or Atari anyway, they were even worse. You know, it was stuff like, you know, Hocus Pocus was okay, but it was no Mario Brothers. And you know, people talk about... I feel like, you know, people don't talk about PC platformers very much, in my opinion. The only one that ever seems to come up was like Jazz Jackrabbit, which was a pretty blatant Sonic clone that did not really retain anything that made Sonic what it was. I mean, he has a gun, for Christ's sake. He's got to have a gun to make it work. Oh, yeah, I mean, if we're talking early Amiga days, literally, there was no PC in anyone's home that could even run a game that looked like this until 1990. Nobody had VGA. That was only not in the 80s. Right, yeah, I agree. Commander Keen, not really a great game, in my opinion. I was there. I was 12 years old. I was playing these games. I had Commander Keen. I had Jazz Jackrabbit. I had the Duke Nukem games before they went 3D. I had pretty much every PC platformer, and none of them cut it, in my opinion. I found them all very disappointing, and I went, you know, I found them very disappointing, and I found it more gratifying playing games that were literally from the mid-'80s on my NES. You know, 1985 era Super Mario Brothers held my attention longer than Duke Nukem 2 from like 1993. So, right, yeah, Duke Nukem and you know, Jill of the Jungle fascinated me, but it was very hard to play, and I didn't know what I was doing. It did not explain itself very well, and it's interesting because, you know, I think that's a very good point. I feel like Epic, I've never looked into the history of Epic Mega Games, but it's very strange because I know it was formed by Americans, yet all their early games feel very much like European home computer games. And I'm pretty sure that Jill of the Jungle was in-house. I think like Cliff Bleszinski worked on it, I want to say. I could be wrong about that. But like, it's a very European platform game, in my opinion. It's why I had trouble with it as a kid. You know, where did they get the idea? Yeah, okay, so is that it? I mean, were there designers more familiar with this sort of stuff? Well, okay, and so, Triton, to your point, that has always been my take. I have been adjusting it a little bit. There are definitely games on Genesis and SNES that I played and went, oh my god, this was ported from the Amiga. I'm sure of it. Morgan, I'm going to take issue with that. Well, I mean, okay, sorry. Maybe other people. That's never how I felt about it. But also, I'm gay, so you know, maybe I don't have that perspective. Oh, I agree. Jetpack was a great game. Really well made. But I felt that Jill of the Jungle had a lot of... I thought the music was fantastic. I thought the art style was fantastic. The problem is that it was very primitive for the platform it was on, and that it was very confusing. And so, yeah, and it really is very much an Amiga game, isn't it? Because it's got banging music, banging sound effects, great art, but then the motion is terrible, the player control is terrible, incredibly difficult to tell what the hell, you know, you're doing, and so on and so forth. And it just, yeah, it always intrigued me as a kid, but confused the hell out of me. All right, anyway, so I'm back here. I've got $340. I can buy something, but I don't know why I would. I can afford this potion, whatever this is. I can afford a time boost, but I don't need one. I guess I'm going to go, I'm going to kill one of these snails. Oh, hey, I got a time boost anyway. You know, I keep talking about wanting to get an Amiga, and the thing is, it's not really for the games so much because I've got them right here. You know, I've got and I've earned my wings at this point. You know, I've got the hardware versions of a lot of things. And it turns out that loading games on the real steel is a tremendous pain in the ass. It's just really, damn it. It's just really annoying, and it takes a really long time, and then sometimes it fails, and then you gotta do it all again. Wait. I just realized there's down. You can go down over there. In a second, I gotta save. All right, let's. Oh, but it's clearly down. There's clearly a down there. You can't tell me I can't go down there. I won't believe it. So, this is interesting. So I ran into the thing that I had on my target display, and then the game. You know, I died, and now I'm back, and then the next thing I killed dropped a heart, and now the heart is down there, the same as the scroll was before. So do I drop that off? Oh, I've got a heart up there. Huh. Well, I have enough to buy whatever this is, so I'm going to go for it. What does this get me? Oh, okay, it makes them go all the way across the screen. That was worth it. So, I noticed that apparently I'm looking for a specific snail, because I saw several purple ones last time, none of which counted, I guess, and then I saw one with a pointer above it, and that, I guess, counted. So, I guess I'm just sort of a little assassin. I'm looking to execute a targeted killing on Oh, there he is. Wow, that guy really blends in with the background, don't he? Oh, there we go. Okay, now a letter. Okay, so I guess I understand the gameplay loop so far. I wonder if there's multiple levels. I'd say overall this is pretty well made. Aha, a letter. Thanks, Flimbo. Oh, S and then E. Okay. And I guess I'm trying to form the whole word. Okay, I guess I'm going to go ahead and save that state. Let me put some more time into this. Anyway, to finish the thought I had earlier, though. Okay, I need to kill one of those guys. Got it. Whenever I play these old home computers, I've learned my lesson. I started out with the ZX Spectrum, and it's sort of like when I first. Oh no, there was a guy there. All right, one moment. I need to. Oh crap. All right, one moment. Give me a sec. I'm gonna finish this thought someday, but for now, I need to make a cheat. Start or continue. Restart. Equal to 0. Okay. And now we're going to go back and load state. Okay, and now we're going to search again. 1. Okay, and now let's restart content. Okay, and now we'll search for 3. That's weird. Huh, it froze. Oh, it crashed. Okay, well, we're done with that game. Never mind. Hey, the Coco is a pretty good machine. Anyway, I've been cat jamming this whole time. But the point I was going to make is that when I first, I didn't used to drink other than hard alcohol, actually. And I'm not saying it's a glamorous and wonderful thing, but I do now, and I really like beer. But I used to hate beer, even after I started drinking. For many years, I only drank liquor-based stuff, and I didn't like beer. I didn't like the taste. Well, I decided to sort of give myself a crash course on it. So I went to the bar that all my friends at the time hung out at, and I got myself a Bud Light. And I drank it, hating every second of it. And I went back again, and I did it again. And by like the third or fourth time, I was like, I like this. This is actually good now. I get it. And then I sort of worked my way up to harder stuff until I was drinking these porters and whatnot. And I'm actually a huge IPA dipshit now. Huge IPA dipshit. It's the only thing I really drink. So yeah, it was an acquired taste. Well, I kept trying to get into home computers. I kept trying and trying and trying, and I could not do it. I just bounced off of them over and over and over because I kept having this experience of I'd start up, I'd start going through games. I'd be like 6 or 7 games in, and realized I'd spent eons on each one trying to figure out how the hell I was supposed to play it, and then didn't really get anything out of it. The game ended up being very weak, not very. How do I phrase this? It wasn't Mario, and it wasn't Mega Man, and it wasn't Castlevania, and it also wasn't any of the other recognized genres that I knew from a console. I've always been picky about the games I'm interested in playing. I mostly like action games. I don't really like a lot of other stuff. I didn't used to like puzzle games at all. That's a big thing that's improved. I'd play these games for the C64 or the Spectrum or the Apple II or any of it, especially the Amiga, and I'd go like, wow, they did a bad job of making this Mario brother. They should have tried harder, which was judgmental of me. Or I would say like, wow, had they ever seen a Mario brother? That is the gold standard of how to make this type of game. And of course, the possibility is that no, they hadn't. What can you do? But at any rate, I just couldn't get into it. Well, what happened is that eventually I told myself, I am going to play ZX Spectrum games until I figure it out. And I started playing ZX Spectrum games on streams. And I hated them at first. But I said, listen, if the people who made these games hadn't seen Super Mario Brothers, if that is true, well then what did they come up with instead? Because after Super Mario Brothers came out, a ton of games duplicated it. A ton of games cloned it. Technically, a bunch of games were cloning the platform genre before because it really started with Pac-Land. But anyway, and even that's debatable. Platforming as a concept has really come a long way since Pac-Man. Tim Rogers' voice. But what I realized is, if it is the case that these developers have never seen Super Mario Bros. Before, then that means that all the tropes won't be present. They might have new ideas, interesting ones. Yeah, the games are not going to be like playing Super Mario Brothers, but for an old computer. If I want to play that, I can play the, homebrew ZX Spectrum games from the 2010s and 2020s, which are exactly that. People have made fairly competent Mario clones for the ZX Spectrum and the C64 in retrospect, retroactively, and the Amiga and the Atari. It turns out it's actually not very hard to make Mario. I've written, several platform engines that have Mario grade physics. It turns out it's not hard. It's not computationally involved or anything. It's just that before Nintendo did it, even other developers on the Famicom had never seen it before. They'd never seen those, because the way that Mario jumps is not very natural. The way that Mario moves with the heavy inertia is not very natural. They're not obvious things. What it turns out in retrospect, after decades and decades of games, what we've sort of realized is, I think it was best expressed by the various game developers, in particular Maddie, I think, who made Celeste, explaining how Celeste is full of cheats. The game cheats for you. There's all sorts of little little hidden forgivenesses where my favorite one is Coyote Time. That if you run off the edge of a ledge, you don't start falling for like 2 frames. You can still jump. Because nobody can reliably time a pixel perfect, frame perfect jump, unless they're a speedrunner or, a professional player who's, got 25,000 hours in something. That's really, really hard to do. Well, it turns out what's much easier to do is to not do it. Like, to make the player feel like they're doing it, but to not actually do it. To actually make the jumps and the platforming and the collision far more forgiving than that. Well, when you play these Amiga games and Atari games and ZX Spectrum games, what you find out is that the developers either did not know about that, because Nintendo did it too, and arcade games sometimes did it too. They either did not know about that, or they chose not to do it. And so what you're experiencing when you're playing, an Amiga game where you jump at a ledge and your character's foot passes through the bottom of it, that's how games used to be everywhere. Because nobody had realized yet in the early to mid 80s that, yes, technically the contact point for your player should be their feet. But if you want someone to be able to play your game who's not very good at games, like most people aren't, like I'm not, if you want somebody to be able to play your game, if you want to be accessible, then you need to check for collision at the edges of the sprite past where their feet are. And you have to really finesse that. You have to really get in there and make sure, okay, if they land while moving forward at X units per second, then we'll consider this collision point to be valid. And if not, then we'll look here so it doesn't look like they're wider than they actually... And so the physics in Mario are not perfect. They're imperfect precisely. And everybody who played it picked it up and played it and said, oh, wow, I didn't think I was going to make that jump. But when I did, I felt great. And I didn't think I could make it over that monster, but I did. And I feel great. This feels great. And that, I think, in my opinion, was the day that Nintendo truly became president. That was the day when the arcade died in the home console market, if you will. It was the day when video game developers realized that you could make a game that wasn't a quarter muncher. And the thing is, to wit, Super Mario Bros. 1985 was dealing in very small amounts of RAM and ROM. It had very little storage, and yet they were still able to pack, like 60 levels in there, something like that. It's quite a lot of game. And they used compression to achieve it. There's actually compression techniques in the levels. And they limited the palette of tiles to a very, very small set, and then used palette trickery. I used palette in 2 different ways there, but you get my meaning. They used color palette trickery to turn that into more themes than were actually available in the graphics information. They pulled out every stop to try and make that game look bigger than it was. And a lot of people have said that Super Mario Brothers is interesting because it's sorry, hang on a second. There we go. It is the most you can do with a mapper zero game, a game that just has 2 ROM chips and go home. And of course, we probably in later years we've probably figured out more to do with a mapper zero game. But the point is that Super Mario Bros. Illustrated how, under extreme constraints, without making a powerhouse of a system, and without making the game punishingly, unforgivingly hard, you could make a game that someone could beat in a reasonable amount of time, but that didn't feel like they'd wasted their $60. which is the thing that, yeah, that always comes up, that the European computer games were, yes, in some cases it may have been the developer not knowing how to make it more playable, which is understandable if so, but in a lot of other cases, it was deliberately trying to stretch the game out so that it would take longer before your $20 or $30 that was all you could afford for the 2-month period was wasted, because replayability is perhaps a more modern idea. I don't know. Well, so the point is that after Super Mario Brothers came out, this idea of stretching out gameplay as far as possible by making it punishingly hard really started to turn. And while certainly not everyone has agreed on that, and games that are very, very hard have really come back into popularity. Like, it was less of a thing for a while. We had a backlash against arcade-style difficulty, and now we found a new way to make very difficult games. The Dark Soulses of the world, etc. So, pardon me. In addition, what we've more recently found out is that those older platforms, the C64 and the Amiga and whatnot, were capable at the time of making a game with the depth and quality of Super Mario Brothers, if you consider its qualities to be quality. It's just that, again, nobody would have necessarily known that, just as dozens and dozens of Famicom developers also did not know that in 83 or 84 or most of 85. They had to see Super Mario Brothers to go, oh, this can be done, and start trying to figure out how to make it done. How would you have known that there was something to shoot for? That complexity of game was possible and that you should be investigating it. Nintendo had the excuse as far as how they could have known to make Super Mario Brothers at all. Well, they designed the platform. It was their chip, which, was based on another one, but still, they designed it. And they had their best people who knew the hardware most intimately working on that game. So, in addition, one of the people, I think Shigeru Miyamoto, I believe, worked on it. And if I recall correctly, he started out hacking an arcade game to make it into an entirely different and more involved game. So, the fact that particular team was distinctly capable of figuring out how to pull more capabilities out of the NES than should have been possible is not surprising. But before they did that, I don't think anybody else necessarily would have thought to do it. And certainly more so on, as people have said, the NES was not terribly popular in Europe. People probably had not really seen it. And if you didn't have like the homebrew, world that we have now, where you can see other people accomplishing these incredible things and go, wow, I guess that is possible. Then yeah, how would you know? Well, anyway, to bring this back home though, what I realized is that I should stop looking for Super Mario Brothers on the ZX Spectrum. If I wanted to play Super Mario Brothers, I could play it on the NES. And I don't mean literally. I wasn't looking for a port of Super Mario Brothers. I just mean I would start going through the ZX Spectrum library, and I would go, okay, here's a game. All right, this is supposed to be like a Mario Brother. This is a bad Mario Brother. And then I'd quit. Sorry, Dreamer, an enormous number of people have told me that the NES was not nearly as popular and that far fewer people could afford it due to economic downturns. So, if that's not true, I don't know, but I have been told from countless people that this is the case. Many of them are probably here. Y'all can argue. Anyway, so I would flip through games for this platform, and I would pull up a game and go, this looks like crap. This looks like it's trying to be Super Mario Brothers and failing, or whatever game, and then quit. What I realized is that I needed to look for games that were trying to be a good game by whatever metric they had. You know, you've got a blank page. You've got nothing. You have an empty file, you know, whether it's basic or assembly, and you have to make a game. And where do you start? Yeah, that's the Moscow Mule. Where do you start? What is your Dreamer? What I've been told over and over and over is that the NES cost more than a ZX Spectrum and a C64, and that nobody had them. The NES itself and the cartridge-based games cost considerably more, and that people were using the ZX Spectrum and the C64 because they were cheaper up front, and then the games themselves were a third the price. This is what I've always been told. We may be talking about a different place. I don't know. So, at any rate, I realized that somebody starting out making a game for, you know, a ZX Spectrum in 1983 might not necessarily have the same idea in mind as me to how their game should work. Because by Japanese game developers were looking at the entire breadth of the arcade market and the home computer market in Japan, which was more capable than any of the European systems at the time. They had gobs of games to look at for inspiration, and they had the benefit of powerful hardware, and games that didn't even make it over here to look at and whatnot. So there were going to be a lot of tropes that appeared everywhere in everything and got developed. But if you didn't have access to all of that, if you were just like, you'd played a few console games and a few arcade games, now make a game. You've got no team, you've got no resources, you are sitting at home with a blank basic prompt in front of you, you might come up with ideas that nobody else has ever come up with before. Or since. That has been my experience. Once I started looking at it that way, I started going through the ZX Spectrum library and finding there were games in there I'd never seen before. They weren't Super Mario Brothers. They were something else completely. There were arcade-style games that used principles I'd never seen before, mechanics that were totally novel to me. There were console-style, platformers, if you will, but with very different mechanics. Things like, yes, often on the Spectrum in particular, you can't jump and then change direction in midair. It's hard to explain why that's different from Castlevania. It's very weird, because doesn't Simon Belmont have the same restriction? Yet, somehow on the Spectrum it's different. It's far more stilted. Maybe because you go further. I don't know. But a lot of these games just had very, awkward motion. But once you figure out what they're doing and you think, this is not a physics simulation. This is a puzzle game. Super Mario Brothers feels like a physics simulation. It feels like Mario has weight and gravity and air resistance and friction. But that's not necessarily what you need to do with a platform game. And I found a lot of ZX Spectrum titles where the idea was that you had to do things like stand a perfect number of units away from a ledge and then hit the jump up and right button. And I realized that I could appreciate that for its own merits. It didn't need to be a Mario Brother in order to be a good platform game. And when I started looking for novel games that weren't like anything I'd seen on another platform, then I started actually enjoying myself. Well, after that, I tried going back to the Amiga, I tried going back to the C64, and it still didn't work. I still found I couldn't find anything. And it just kept going on and on. But I appear to have slowly acclimated myself to these platforms to the point where I've now had C64 games I actually really liked and Amiga games I actually really liked, and they're not as good as any console game that I had in 1996 or whatever. I had a stilted, stunted technology experience as a kid, so I was playing like NES in 95, 96 still. But yeah, like they're not a Mega Man and they're not a Castlevania. They're not nearly as smooth or fluid, but they have their own thing going on that I can respect. And yeah, I found a number of games in the stream that's... I'm going to click heart on Flimbo's Quest because, yeah, it doesn't necessarily have what I'm looking for, but I can appreciate it for what it is. All right, I need to go to the room that the Lord designated for the purpose, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Hello. Wait a minute. Let me do that right. 30 minutes. Oh. Pardon me. Jeez Louise. Video games. Welcome back to video games. Okay, that's an Elite clone. That looks like a... That's interesting. Huh. Support back from the PC? I think it is. Yeah. Ported to macOS and MS-DOS. Huh, it says the DOS version is 1989. But... Oh my god, the Windows noises. You know what really pisses me off? And I might have to switch to Windows 11 just in case it actually stops doing this. Every single time that I'm on my personal computer, I turn off the godforsaken Windows sounds slider in the volume control, and then it turns the bastard thing back on later, and I don't know why. Infuriating. Cool, it's still broken in 11. I'm not surprised. No, I don't want the sounds to be completely gone. I just want them very quiet. Do you want to see the prologue? No, I am only here because I want to see the title screen. But see, what I really want to do is I want a piece of software. I would write this myself if I could. I want a piece of software where I can have a physical set of sliders on my desk that I can bind to different... Hello, Dana. Thank you for joining. That I can bind to different programs and adjust the sound that way, and it constantly reads them and updates the slider in the OS. So even if something adjusts it, it just adjusts it back. That's what I want. Oh my god, it's got protection. And it won't be cracked. Never mind. Alright, well, the only reason I opened that is because if you look at... I'm sorry, it's a very tiny thumbnail, but if you look at the... there we go. At the screenshot here in the window, they're EGA colors. And I don't know why you'd pick those particular colors on the Amiga. You'd never be limited to those ones. And the whole rest of it, really... I think these are all RGBI colors. This looks like a PC game. So, yeah. Yeah. Well, you're not even getting the games. You're definitely not getting the prologue. DWI officer, deal with it. Football. Footman. Of course, it's a Pac-Man clone. Big Natch. Forgotten Damn Worlds. Formula 1, Natch, Grand Prix, Natch. Oh, wow, that looks like a Major Striker. Oh. Okay. You know what? I want to play this Frankenstein game, but it will be my reward for trying this one. Joseph, that is a very interesting idea. Just make the sounds themselves quieter. Oh my god, that's really funny. You know what I actually used to do? I used to have a sound I created. I'm going to try and replicate it with my mouth. Here was my alert noise for a while. I don't know if you got that. Oh. Okay. Everyone, it's Udon. Hang on. Where's my OBS window? There we go. This is her theme song. Oh, is she gonna do it? Sorry about her dirty butt. And there she goes. And the cheat ended up in the crisper drawer. I don't think this music is looped yet. Okay, I think this finally looped. Sound effects or music. I love it. We'll go with sound effects because the music probably doesn't differ. Wow. Oh, whoops. I forgot to put us back on the vertical layout. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. All right. Welcome to the Fantasy Sound. Get ready. Why? Why does he go all the way up there? Ooh, I regret turning on the sound effects. Ooh, this isn't very good, which is what I anticipated. When I saw this game in the list, I looked at the picture and I thought, wow, that's like a Major Striker. But Major Striker did not have the this game sucks. I said to myself, I'm going to play Frankenstein next to make up for playing foundation's waste. Clink. Wow, look at this art. What is this meant to illustrate? All right, here we go. All right. Yo, why is this a bop? Can we talk about this bass? All right. Let's go back to Melba. We can start over because mistakes get forgotten. Dreams can be... Oh. One moment. Okay. All right, what are we doing here? Oh, that jump noise! Wow. 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 Okay, so he can crawl, and he can wow. Now, probably we could jump down here, but will it kill us? Wah! Okay, I believe that's my health gauge in the middle. Okay, to panic. Alright, we gotta find out. Interesting. So that was a bite noise. Oh, alright. It's not just, like, 5 health points. It's actually a bunch. Oh, I actually can't pass... That's a telephone pole. Why is there a telephone pole in here? Huh. You can also jump on that, and additionally... Wah! Wah! What? Come on! I walked into the room and dropped into an enemy immediately. Wait, I can't get past this one either? What? How am I supposed to... What? But... What? Am I just supposed to die? Is that the choice here? What? No, why would that work? I'm sorry, what? Why would that work? Yeah, this does have sort of a dizzy energy, though I'm not sure why. Oh, the Britishness. Help. Wah! 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 If I stand here and press up, will the Iron Maiden eat me? No. Damn it. Oh, you know what? Oh, wait, what? I thought the floating skeleton head was going to be like an elevator, but no, it turns out I could just jump on the side of the pole now for no apparent reason. Wow, jumping in this well seems like it was not a great idea. What? Body? Oh, am I building the Frankenstein? Is that what's going on? There's a ghost. There's a ghost here. Wah. 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 What? Wow. Freaking duck quack. Oh, of course. Yeah, no, of course you can. Sure. Yeah, why not? Why not? Makes perfect sense. Whoa. I'm honestly kind of shocked that I'm making as much progress as I am. And then, okay, I'm just going to tank that. Now I'm going to fall right back in. No. Wow. What? I really would have expected just... Holy crap. I think that's a heartbeat noise that's accelerating as I take damage. I don't know. This game is almost good, I think. But I don't think it is good. I almost like it. I want to like it. It's just very, very hard to avoid taking damage. Oh, wait, you can put stuff down? Oh, okay. Wish I'd known that. You know, that, like, very heavily slowed down bass guitar note just there reminded me very much of a similar sound on the Doom 2 soundtrack, where they use, like, a guitar patch at an incredibly low pitch. Okay, I was not prepared to die, and so I was not ready for the loud scream. Unfortunately, that game's not good. Yeah. Yeah, it's good adjacent. What? Is this a dog game? Oh, I don't even want to try and figure that out. Oh, yeah, Frontier. Frontier's good. Huh, let me look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this dude here. Oh, Fury of the Furries has the best music on the platform. We're going to fire that up in a minute. And you know what? The game itself, not that bad. It got a title on the SNES, I think, that's actually a completely unrelated game that they rebadged for some reason, which was very, very weird. So I'm playing a Slinky. And I've got bullets? Huh. Well. Okay, so do I drop down here and then I can kill that guy? Oh, that did work, huh? Well, that didn't work. I can't kill these things. What? Yeah, I definitely can't kill those. Oh, wait, what? What? Why? What? Okay, this game sucks. Let's play a good game. I want to go to a good movie store and get a good video. Callisto. Oh, hello, Udon. Everyone, Udon's here. Let's meet Udon. Hello. Udon. The noodle. 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 There's her butt. The noodle. The noodle. The noodle. And she fell over. These cats don't work right. They can't stand up straight. They just keep falling over. I don't even remember this song. I'm kind of letting this play out, but I think the menu music is the first banger. Udon, don't go over there. I can't rub you over there. Really? We've got the Indiana Jones music? Is that what's going on? Insert game disc. Was that not on the game disc? Am I going to have to... we turn off... I guess the wrong disk is in? This can't be how it happens. Hang on a minute. Apologies. What is going on here? Okay, let me go to the menu. Let me go to the menu. And then... okay. I really want to actually make this one work rather than giving up on it. So, give me a sec. Jeez Louise. Come on, brain. Where are these files? Right. Okay, so you can open my ROMs drive, and then ROMs, computers, Commodore, Amiga. Okay, how many disks are in this? Oh, yeah, there's 5 disks, aren't there? Okay, well, that's easy to fix. I'm just going to drop these right here. Oh. Now, that is not the right disk. Load new disk. Oh, come on. Hang on just a second, folks. I will have this working. Okay, did that work? Wait, why is it running super slow? What the hell? What? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna unwrite it's not write protected. What are you talking about? It isn't. Wah. This sucks. This sucks. This should just be running right now. Alright. Hold up. Oops. Everybody wait. Everybody just wait a minute. Everybody just hang on. Let's go to this one and go to that one. Yeah. Okay. This is 1993. There it is. Okay. There it is. Wow, my machine is suddenly running incredibly slow. Hang on a second. Something's going on here. What the hell? My performance is just cratered. Something is eating CPU. What is it? I have no idea. What? Oh, what's going on here? Oh, my memory utilization just shot way up. Huh. Okay, well, whatever. I'm just going to try and get by here. There. Oh, that's right. Mine's in French. This image is kind of disturbing, but also... Okay, so first things first, every time you jump a little higher, at least for the first, like, 5 jumps. So there's that. Great sound effects, by the way. You bounce off everything, Natch. Listen, no, you know, look at this outer wild shit going on with this moon above me here. I restart my computer about once every month and a half. Something like that. Haven't really had any problems. Been doing this for 20 years. Let's see what my current uptime is. 14 days. Acrylic, I will not be acknowledging your comments. Okay, so now we get the new mechanic, which is... let me find the button for it here. Come on, how do we do it? Oh, come on, where the hell's the button? It's something obvious. Maybe the game reminds me once I get over here. Let's see. Secret area there. Get some coins. Oh, whoops, we're running out of time. I don't know if I don't know how to get back up. Oh wait, I was the green guy. How did I become the green guy? How did I do it? Oh, I was only the green guy in that room? Okay, well, had I realized I was the green guy, he has a skill that this guy does not have. Because this is that kind of game where, like, you have to switch dudes to get the right kind of dude for a given skill. And eventually I think you have all the dudes. Okay, and now I get the red guy for this level, and I think, yeah, he can eat stuff. I think the green guy has a grappling hook, I want to say. Oh, wow, thanks. Pointless. Oh, perhaps not. Oh, cool. Some of the ones that don't look like you could eat through them, you actually can. That chomp sound effect is really annoying. Oh, you know what? That's right. I figured out I could turn off sound effects by accident. This is not the good music I was looking for. There's much better music in this game. But you've got to get to the... Oh, water. Also, I'm pretty sure the Amiga game was essentially identical to this, and boy howdy, isn't this pretty good? Wouldn't you agree? How do I switch guys? You know what? This sucks. I'm just going to go to YouTube. Let me find the good music. I'm probably going to get content ID'd on this. Wow, everything's running really slow. I will have to reboot. Whoa! I figured it out. I forgot. There's a bug in OBS 29. If you have a window capture going in OBS 29 and your machine's been running long enough, if you have a window capture for a window that doesn't exist, the whole machine just goes to hell. All I had to do was just mute my window capture. Problem solved. So yeah, that's a bop. And then let's see. This is the other one. You know what? Now that I think about it. Well, yes, Andy, but the Amiga was still limited to 8-bit samples. And I actually don't think that this is a native... Oh, you know what? I just looked at it again. Yeah, I don't know if this is an Amiga version or if this is the PC version. Adenode, maybe? I'm really not sure. I'm not decided because it could kind of go either way, whether I can pull it off or whether it'll be a complete cluster. And the fact of the matter is I'll be making statements not as someone with development experience, first off. You know, I don't really know what I'm talking about there. I think it would be very presumptuous because it depends on a lot of assumptions and sort of vibes that you know, I'm not isolated in these beliefs, but I think that it would probably raise a lot of hackles because, for instance, the assertion, oh, I mean, like the conversation we had with Dreamer earlier. They raise a good point as a person who, I'm not sure where they're from, but as a person who, you know, apparently was there in the era that I'm talking about, this is the first time that someone has said, well, no, the NES was all over Europe. Okay, every time I brought this up before, people disagreed and said, like, no, like, this was just really, you know, not nearly as popular, and there were all these people who didn't have them. Well, both things could be true. The worry is you don't want to make blanket statements. If I were to... this is a big HDMI cable. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it or not. If I were to make a video like that, the only real practical way to do it would be to go perform a bunch of interviews with, you know, bedroom developers of the era and try and actually get a proper, realistic, first-hand assessment of what the scene was like. Because the stuff that I say on these streams, this isn't meant for public consumption. Not really. I'm just sort of talking, and I know that, look how many people are here. There's, per my count, there's 38 people in chat right now. The chances anybody's going to go on and repeat any of this are pretty low, you know. But if I put a video out and it gets 150,000 views, you know, because it's about gaming, so it'd be, you know, going to be a little more popular in my, you know, a lot of my stuff lately, I think. If I put out a video and I say all this stuff and it's all wrong, you know, and it's based on poor assumptions and whatnot, then the damage of that people will perceive, rightly or wrongly, it's considerable, you know? Damage, you know, it's not necessarily the right word, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, someone could take issue, they could beef with, where the hell is my USB capture card? Is it at work? I guess it's at work. All my capture cards are at work. Huh. I was thinking about doing a thing, but I don't know if I can do the thing. Because I think all my capture cards are not here. Yeah. That's what it's looking like. Well, anyway. But the point is that, I'll put it this way. I could totally understand why somebody would get offended at me saying that British game developers had never seen Super Mario Brothers in 1986. However, I think I'm probably right, to a certain extent. Perhaps some had, perhaps some hadn't. Perhaps they failed to duplicate it. Perhaps they didn't want to duplicate it. I don't know. But I still think that Japanese game developers largely saw Super Mario Brothers, shit their pants, and began trying to clone it as quickly as possible. This is such a subjective issue, though. I don't know any Japanese game developers. How can I make that assertion? I mean, I could try and look at... I can try and look at games and try and extrapolate from there, and that's really what I've been doing so far. I think that makes for good conversation. I think it's a reasonable thing to shoot the shit with, but I don't see how I could possibly make that assertion more publicly without without a you can't hedge it hard enough to make it okay in people's eyes, and I understand that. Um, oh, and you know what? Yeah, to Ben's point, I'm sorry. I may have been speaking specifically about the UK perspective because the people who join here who have made these assertions, I think are mostly British, specifically. So yeah, perhaps I'm conflating things. Perhaps I remembered people talking about the EU in general, but maybe they were just talking about the UK. And that matters. You know, a lot of stuff came out of the UK, but also a lot of stuff came out of Germany in particular. And the, economic downturn explanation certainly doesn't apply there. So I don't know. Um, so that's exactly my point. I think it's fun to talk about, but it's only because I'm in an audience that's, it's like if I was having a really bumpin' house party. If I decide to go off about something and make a whole bunch of false statements, then who cares? 40 people heard me. What difference does it make? Um, but it's just a different story. You got to think about it differently when you're talking to a larger audience. And I've made that mistake before. Give me a sec. I think Daria has a capture card. I'm going to see if she can loan it to me. Okay, I need to run to the restroom for a moment, and when I'm back, I might do a thing or I might end the stream. I'll be back in a couple minutes. That's not the right If none of you are particularly busy right now, then I'm going to do one more thing before I go for a little bit. Give me a sec. Let's see. Do this. Where the hell is the program? Always looking for programs. Button. What's my battery level at? 62? Well, that's not 69, but it's still all right. There's my messy desk. There's my messy desk. All right, there we go. Less echo. I don't know that I ever actually got a clear shot of this when I was doing the video, but these are the connections on the SX8 breakout board. So you just got this bundle going to the back of your machine, and you just have to figure out, keep track of which one's which. Anyway, plug all those. And that. This guy doesn't weigh very much, by the way. It's a 19-inch rack mount module. What about 8U? Something like that. Also, yes, that is a little. It's got a little vibrator motor in there. Sucks. Not good. All right. Come on. There we go. I know how to screwdriver, I promise. I know how to screw and I know how to drive it. Wait a minute, that's not what I meant to say. By the way, I didn't have a chance to show you this. That's the back of the front panel switchboard on this guy. Big, well, not big, but lots of capacitors. Don't know what all these are. And then hot glued in ribbon cables. Yeah, baby. That's what we want to see. Okay, let's see. So we got a bit of a problem with this guy. We got the Vega and we got the Divi, but we don't have the HIDME. And this shipped with the graphics card. So let's make that dream reality. There we go. What are you? You are a... Oh, it's actually kind of contemporary. 7600 GS. Okay. Screw. You may not come along for the ride. I can't read chat, by the way. So. Check out this awful little thing. You gotta just flip that guy up and then it doesn't want to flip back down cleanly. Just terrible. All right. See if we can gently, without crimping the ribbon too. Oh yeah, actually, I need to. This should be fine. It should be fine. There we go. That's in. All right. Yeah, see, it doesn't want to go down. Wah. What is it? It always does this. I think do I pull out on it or push in on it or... I hate this. What the hell? God, this sucks, shuttle. Oh, wait, is it going? No. What? Just terrible. Terrible. Mechanical things should not be made out of sheet metal. That's just logic. on. Come on, surely. Wait. Oh, cool. The hole there is stripped. Whatever. Whatever. This is fine. This is fine. Okay. This guy goes here. And Wah. Oh, it's plugged in at that end. Let's get the other end. There we go. There we are. DVD. I think it goes in there. There we go. All right. And now, wait, really? One moment. There we go. All right, that should do. Let's get a mouse. Let's get a keyboard. Let's get power. Just a little bastard computer. Can we get some better contrast going on here? Ah, there we go. I thought for a moment that it wasn't going to start up on the right card. Well, it's not too late. No picture. Wonder if the maybe the CMOS is configured so it only does the onboard. Well, that's odd. Huh. I really expected this to work, and I can hear the machine booting. So then I wonder, plug that VGA back in. But now, nothing. No lights. What? You know, I wonder if it's lit up. Maybe it's lit up solely on the HDMI. Let's find out. The card is so old, it really should not require supplemental power. But you know, you can never be sure with these things. Okay, let's plug in the HDMI. Did we get a signal? No signal. Huh. So, yeah. Could it be? You know what? What if it's DVI only and only the onboard? Let's try that. One of these days I will get this plugged in. Oh. No, that's not an analog capable port. Okay. Let's try top one again. This is not how I intended this to go at all. Nothing. Is this monitor on the right input? Yeah, it says VGA. Entering power saving mode. Huh. You know, there's one other possibility I hadn't considered. Maybe this card is bad. It's not out of the realm of reason. Just wiggle that, really wiggle that in there. Oh, that's a really wiggly connector. It rocks so far back and forth. Man, this sucks. This is not at all what I intended to be doing right now. Well, shoot. I thought this would just work. This machine worked the last time I did anything with it. Let's see. Does this card require supplemental power? I don't see any. Okay, let's turn the lights back on, I guess. Okay, we'll just flip this guy over. No, it definitely doesn't need supplemental power. There's no connector. So I wonder if this card's bad. Huh. That's not the outcome I expected. And I would love to use the onboard, but I don't seem to have an HDMI to DVI adapter. Let me take another look. Maybe I do. I feel like I'm being made fun of. I have one that goes from HDMI to DVI. Oh, man, really? Really? Is this the situation? I need the other one. Come on. I can't even find an HDMI cable. What about in here? Everyone, I'm looking in a box. Maybe it's in this box. Nope. That's a non-starter. What about back here on this shelf? Shelves are a common place to find objects. No dice. No help from the shelf. Nothing. Okay? That's a DisplayPort cable. That's not what I need. Come on. Just plain HDMI. Even that. At this point, my standards are so low. Okay. All right. I'm honestly kind of astonished. I was going to fire this up, but I'm just completely defeated. The level of owned that I am right now is immeasurable. I occupy all possible owned superpositions simultaneously. I don't have anything. I don't even have like a short HDMI cable so I can plug this thing in to another monitor and just see if it's actually outputting video. I have nothing. And now this screw is jammed, so I can't even take it out and go back to the onboard graphics. I don't believe anyone's ever been this owned before. I refuse to give up. I will at least turn this computer on. I'm not mad right now. Don't tell the news that I got mad. It's not even really coming out. Come on. Really? It's not even in the hole at this point. What is going on? How is this possible? You ever have a project go worse than it should be possible for it to go? Okay, I have huge news, everyone. The screw is out. I have removed the screw. You know that aphorism that you should show and not tell in theater? Yeah, I'm built different. Fez from that 70s show, you son of a beach. Come on. Really? 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 It just quit working? Boy, I love this stuff, I gotta tell you. Is the little fan even running? No. So the machine just decided not to go anymore. This is incredible. You're watching live as my TriCaster dies. Okay. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, at least there's that. Windows XP Professional. My God, that was dumb. Yeah, so I had hoped to give you a video feed from this thing. That's obviously not happening. But I just thought it would be a fun little treat for everyone if you got to see the TriCaster Pro. That's all. I just thought it would be a fun little treat. And then it turned into all that. Alright, so this is sort of, you're getting the preliminary next generation video about this thing. Man, maybe it's better if the light's back on. Hang on. There, that's a little better. So yeah, if you watched my video about the VT5, you may recall that the whole interface is highly modular. The TriCaster is not the least bit. It's not the least bit modular. There's nothing modular in the whole thing. This is what the interface looks like, and there's no other way for it to work. So, basically, I guess they took what they felt was like the most commonly desired set of modules and just set them up permanently. So, let me see. Why is my camera not working? Let's see, that's hooked up. Let me check my inputs. Oh, you know what? This camera might not be set to composite. Input setup. Nope. No, that's input 1. No, it's set up. Why is this not working? Because it's plugged in on the Y channel. I need it plugged in on the U channel. There we go. There we go. Let me just... There we go. Wow. I would love to turn this around to face it myself, but I don't have a tripod in here. It fell over. Hang on a minute. All right, can confirm, I don't have any way of getting this camera pointed at myself. You would think that I would, but I don't. So, it's just sitting there and pointing at a box. Sorry about the 15.5 kilohertz hum. There's no technology that can prevent this. Now, we should be getting a picture. There we go. Outstanding. Now, the one thing, the only thing you can really demonstrate with this is just the transitions. So let's do that. Oh, sorry for the flicker. There we go. That's it. That's it. That's all I was trying to do. There's the transitions. Oh. Oh, come on, phone. I don't know why it starts doing this. It's very annoying. This is television. We're making television right now. This is how television is made. Alright. So, it's got much of the same components as the BT5. They're just all fixed function. So, one thing it has that the BT5 doesn't, and I'm not sure why, it can actually monitor the camera inputs simultaneously. Don't know exactly why they couldn't do that on the BT5, but, yeah, well, there you go. And it also gives you previews of all possible inputs simultaneously. So not just the not just the analog inputs, but also the internally generated inputs, which are the DDR, which is a video player. That's a digital disc recorder, and a static picture loader, and a static background generator, a black channel. I don't know why it gives you a preview of that. Oh yeah, did you know your black channel's black? Yeah, very weird. And you can actually click on these to select those inputs, so you don't have to actually use the bar down here. But the thing I wanted to point out, notice that it says DDR, and then down here it says DDR, and up here it says DDR, and none of those things say DDR1. Yeah, so the thing is, on the VT5 and earlier, you can have 6 DDRs if you want, or like 12 if you have enough CPU power. On this, well, you get 1, and that's it. Period. It's down here. It's this section right here, and that's all it'll ever be, and you can never have another one. So that's pretty sad, right? But that's the thing, is that the previous versions of this, the VT5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and, well, not the 1, were all supposedly built around this idea that you could do as much as your machine had power for, because you were providing the machine. But every single TriCaster Pro was this exact motherboard and CPU and RAM. Every single one. So I think that if NewTek had said, oh, you can have as many DDRs as you want, then people would have started stacking them up. And then they would have discovered that the CPU doesn't have enough power to run more than 1 or 2. Now, I don't think that's true. I think a Core 2 Duo could definitely do more than that. I think that might have been their thinking or their excuse, because yeah, this machine was like $5,000, I think. $5,000 for this little shuttle machine. But if you wanted 2 DDRs, you were going to have to buy like a TriCaster Studio, which I think was like $8,000 or $6,000. And then if you wanted to expand your inputs, you had to spend like $8,000 or $10,000, and it just kind of went up from there. So definitely some skew engineering going on there. And if you wanted to do another video input, yeah, your only real option was to plug it into one of the camera inputs, if you had a way to do that. And then the transitions, at least, are, you know, if you care about those, you know, they are what they are, you know, same as the other stuff. So at least there's that. You know, you get the part that everybody wants, you know. Pretty cool stuff. So like they've got the flashiness going on, but the practicality is kind of missing, because yeah, if you're doing like a text title card, you can have one of them. And if you want a background generator, you can have one of them. And if you want to load a static image, you can have one of them. And you know, I don't even know if it can do, yeah, here we go. It can do external sources, which I think just means IVGA. So basically video being received by another machine, or being transmitted by another machine, but that's all it can do. So you've got this external input here on the bus, and you can select that, but then if you have multiple external inputs, like another, you know, 2 more PCs, you have to select those down here, and it only goes up to 3, and then you're tapped out. You can't have any more. And yeah, just, that applies to everything. This is the entire program. This is everything. Everything can do. Let's see. Let me look at chat for a moment. This thing does have USB, and to that point, this guy here actually works, or it's supposed to. I haven't tried it. Let's look it up. Let me gently urge this towards the back of the desk. And then, where did I toss that USB cable? I gently set that USB cable somewhere. Where would you say that was? There it is. If you're curious, this is not a custom piece of hardware, per se. Well, I mean, it's got custom hardware in it, but from the USB perspective, it's just an FTDI-like serial interface with a special name. That's it. Okay, so according to the ancient texts, this should simply start working. That's not what I'm seeing happen here, though. What would you like to do? So this version, the TriCaster, is where NewTek started denying that the thing was running on a real computer. So there's no closed TriCaster. You can restart, shutdown, or admin. And that, of course, just takes you to the Windows XP desktop. And by the way, you notice how we've got these options here on the desktop? Reset config, defragment hard drive, check for add-ons. It's active desktop. That's an Internet Explorer window. Hope you're happy. All right. So let's go to device management, and I'll bet... Oh, no, it's not there. Well, where is it? What? Unplug it. Plug it back in. Where's the thing? What? But where'd it go? Show hidden devices. Oh. I'll bet it's this right here, serial. If we unplug this. No, that's not it. What? Weird. This is not what it did on my other install. All right, well, anyway, close that. And then if we restart the TriCaster, let's see if restarting it does it. Dang, this is so professional. This is pro as hell. Oh, there we go. There we go. Outstanding. 2, 3. External. Oh. That's interesting. Oh, okay. This controller is actually from a much bigger TriCaster, so it sends commands that this version doesn't understand. So they just get mapped over to black screen. There we go. And then starting here, it looks like it picks back up and selects the rest of the list correctly. So yeah, that works. And then if we pick an item up here, it updates the board. Hey, there you go. And then we can also, of course, do the transitions with the T-bar. We can just leave him right there. He died in a transporter accident. He did it for the service, for the United Federation of Planets. Let's see. I think somebody asked, sorry I didn't see names, what happens if you plug this into VT5? It works perfectly. Does pretty much the same stuff. In fact, it actually does a little more, because VT5 actually can support this many inputs, whereas the TriCaster can't. It's limited to only 8? 9? 9. Anyway, yeah, so other than that, it's pretty much VT5, but just kind of worse. It's just kind of inferior. They've just taken a lot of stuff out. I'm fairly positive there is not a single thing that this can do that the VT5 can't. Like, as far as I know, this is just a downgrade across the board. I don't know why you would want it. The other ones, the TriCaster, like TC, I don't remember, but the 6-input one, the Studio. I think you could make an argument for that. But this guy here, I just don't see the point. The other tabs up here at the top, by the way, Capture Media does exactly what it sounds like. This is just for if you're just ripping stuff. And the DV control has been moved over here. I don't think you can actually use this from the normal interface anymore, which means I don't think you can connect a VCR to this and take video from it live. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's true. They also brought over Speed Edit, so at least there's that. You know, if they didn't do that, it would really be embarrassing. But it looks like a really, it's not really Speed Edit. It's like a considerably cut down version of it. I do have this video here that I was editing this one. Now let's watch this presentation. So I actually recorded this off the output of the thing while I was just sort of screwing around. So this you can basically mix together a program live while recording it on here rather than actually broadcasting it to begin with. So you can do a sort of a, you could like plug in 3 cameras and then do like a 3-camera setup of like some sort of roundtable discussion or something like that, and just record it all to disk and then just use it for playback later. You don't necessarily need to do a live production at all. Let's see. There we go. I can't remember how this epic ends. I think there's a dramatic flourish at the end of it. We're almost there. There she goes. We're visited by a creature. Oh. There we go. That's the thing that I like. That, and yeah, again, tragic transporter accident. Only lived for 3 minutes. We'll miss Bob forever. Anyway, oh wait, didn't I have a pretty good title card in here? I got a pretty good title card in here. Pentium 5. Hang hang on. Sorry, 15.5 kilohertz hum, whine, scream. Let's see, we should get... There we go. Pentium 5. And the thing I like about all this stuff is that if you grab an object down here, there we go. It updates live, so whatever you're doing on the vector art editor, you can see it happen exactly as it's going to be output live. That's a nice feature. But yeah, congratulations. You've now seen kind of everything that the TriCaster could do. Like, that's kind of it. It's kind of all it does, which I think is wild. All right. Anyway, that absolutely did not go at all the way I intended. I really thought I would be able to make the thing work better than that, but no dice. So, anyway, yeah, that if you're ever curious, if anybody ever says, if anyone ever says TriCaster to you, you will now have an idea what TriCaster means, because my God. In comparison to the VT5, it's just night and day. Like, it's so much less capable, you know? Yeah. Imagine if your desktop was a web page. Oh, Andy, re VT4. No, even VT4 is a lot better than this. So, the machine that I built the VT5 system in, I made a second partition, installed a second copy of Windows, installed VT4, and I can tell you it's pretty much the same thing. It's basically the same as VT5. And I've read the manual all the way back to VT2, and they all seem to be very, very similar. So I think that up until this version, up until they switched to the TriCaster, I should say, they really had the same set of capabilities, and that was basically just keep adding stuff until you're happy, or until you run out of CPU power. And it wasn't until the TriCaster they got rid of that, and they never brought it back. As far as I know, NewTek still has not brought it back, and it's kind of a bummer, because for a long time they were the bastion of, trying to think of a phrase here. For a long time, they were, trying to push an idea that video did not need to be a fixed function thing, and I think that's cool. And it's a bummer that it ended at some point, and that they decided that, no, for all intents and purposes, if this is all the machine can do, then why bother with the software processing approach? What's the point? If you're not giving the user unlimited access, or unlimited latitude to add as much complexity as they want, then what indeed is the point of it all? What fills its niche now? vMix. It's pretty much vMix, which is essentially the same thing. Just is it open source? I don't remember. But it makes sense that after making these for 20 years almost, that somebody would come along and go, wait a minute, this is all just software anyway, and we all have low latency HDMI capture cards now. What do we need you people for? I don't know that for anyone less serious than someone who has a crew, if you don't have 10 other people working with you, I don't know that you need anything more than vMix. It seems fine. And I've talked to people who say they've run whole shows out of it, and it works just fine and dandy. So I don't know what exactly the breakover point is, where you decide that this doesn't work anymore, this isn't reliable enough, whatever, and that you need to go to a hardware-based solution. But I feel like new tech has been fighting it for a long, long time. Somebody, one of my patrons, is planning on sending me a. Oh, vMix is a subscription. Okay, that's fair, and that makes sense honestly because, yeah, I mean, to wit, wouldn't you rather pay a subscription for something like this and constantly get updates? I think this is a case where it makes a whole lot of sense because effectively, given that if you buy a Grass Valley switcher or a Sony switcher or whatever, you're basically subscribing anyway because you're going to be buying replacement parts from them and you're going to be depending on them for a lot of stuff. And that's the other thing, right? Yeah, analog capture having died and HDMI being much simpler to capture, the value of an analog input board is just much lower than it used to be. So I think that makes a big difference. All right. Okay, everyone. I need to go fix dinner. It has been very nice hanging out with you all. It's been a good night. I've had a good night. And yeah, I wish that had gone better, but otherwise it's okay. So thank you, everyone. Have a good one.